Hey, Benji here. So today I'm going to be starting my new series called All About Fursuiter. We have done it, everyone. We, and I mean we. If it wasn't for your support, we would not have made it to this point. And what is this point, you might ask? Well, we today have made it to the 100th furry interview. Yes, you heard that right, everyone. We today are at the 100th interview. Furry interview, I should say. Yes, I started this series back in All About Fursuit back in 2019. I mean, yes, 2019. I just don't know what to say. I seriously thank you all for your support. Thank you, everyone. Seriously, thank you. So much has happened on this journey. So much has happened in my life since 2019. It's insane. I can't thank you all enough. I hope you all enjoyed that little beginning part. Now for the 100th interview on All About a Fursuiter, the series where we interview furries, get to know a little bit more about the furry fandom, one furry at a time. Yes. We are here interviewing Tamayoshi Wolf. Now I picked Tamayoshi specifically because I've known him pretty much since I started in the fandom. And I wanted to pick someone that I've known since the beginning, and that's really a cool and caring and positive person. So I'm more than happy, I'm honored to have Tamayoshi here. Yes. Now, as always, I will ask Tamayoshi 5 questions. Also, I've kind of discontinued the Switcheroo round, but for this interview specifically, I'm bringing back the Switcheroo round. Yes. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into the 100th interview. Yes.
Hello, Benji. I'm so happy to be here on your 100th episode, my friend. I am Tamayoshi, the green timber wolf of Lake Superior that is the fursona of the Poetry Ninja. Known for many things, he is an artist of many talents, mainly of the performance variety, such as acting, dance, singing, and the ukulele.
And at number 1 now is, who made your first suit?
That would be my dear friend Salty Puppy, owner and founder of Salty Suits. They have been in the community for almost as long as I've known Salty, which goes back to when I first met them back in 2010. Funny enough, we first met and became friends at our very first furry event. My fursuit is actually a special commission because Salty had since retired from fursuit commissions back in 2018. But because Salty is a personal friend of mine, and knew how special a fursuit from my favorite maker would be, they came out of retirement specifically for me. I can't say Salty is open for commissions right now, but I highly recommend you take a glance at their many beautiful fursuits from just the past decade. You can find them on their social media pages through Facebook and Instagram. You can also find them on Fur Affinity, which you'll see some suits that aren't available to be seen on their social media pages.
Hey everybody, it is I, Caffeine Fox, and I was interviewed for Season 2, Episode 8 by Benji the Beagle. I'm just kind of a little bit of a laid-back goober, you know? Despite being named Caffeine Fox, I'm pretty chill, honestly. Like, I feel like that's probably my best quality, really, if we're getting into it. I just love making videos about the furry fandom, and more specifically, kind of like what I do, what other furries do, the chaos, right? The chaos of furry parties that thrive in that environment. Yes! Ah!
And at number 2 now, number 2 is, what has your experience been like being a furry musician?
It's been interesting, to say the least. For those who don't know, I am a self-taught ukulele player due to my love of my favorite anime, Polar Bear Cafe, and being asked to play a ukulele for a stage production I did back in 2018. I started writing music, mostly parodies, shortly after the show, and was eventually discovered by the chairman of a former furry convention held on Discord. This is essentially how I became a furry musician, and more than just a musician. I would say that my music is both happy and emotional, since I've heard many stories from friends and fans alike about a few of my songs. But I would say that my humbleness has helped me find both my cheerful and honest self while performing. I only have one of my parodies up on my YouTube channel, but I am hoping to add more of my songs, both parody and personal, in the future, so that way you don't have to attend a live concert to hear them.
Oh, hi there. I'm Lemon Fox, and I was interviewed on Season 2, Episode 18 of All About a Fursuiter. I work for NASA on the Artemis mission, working on the core stage. And oh, I play clarinet. Hi!
Hello, I'm Tyler Furlong. I was interviewed in Season 3, Episode 12 of All About a Fursuiter. I'm also a streamer on Twitch. And again, congratulations, Benji, on 100 episodes.
On to the third question now, and that is, what made you choose the name Tamayoshi?
Tamayoshi is a combination of the Ojibwe word for bringer, or to bring, which is Tama, and the Japanese word for luck, Yoshi. Before you ask, no, I did not choose the color green because of my nomenclature. I chose the color green not only because it is my favorite color, but it is a color that represents many aspects of myself and my life.
Hi, I'm Grovel Husky. I was in Season 3, Episode 14 of All About a Fursuiter. So, a little bit about myself. I run Grovel reports in the fandom. Do a lot of sharing of convention information and events that are happening all over the US and abroad. When it comes to something more local, for me, I also help manage the calendars in California. We've got plenty of events here, so if you're ever in California, we got a lot of events here for furries to check out.
And at number 3 now is, what has the Minnesota furry community been like?
To put it simply, life-changing. I live in Minnesota, specifically the Twin Cities area, and I didn't really know anything about the furry community, let alone Minnesota's, until about 15 years ago. It was thanks to some close friends of mine from the anime club I founded on my college campus, who helped me find the non-profit Minnesota Furs, and the courage to check out one of the local meets at a Perkins. From there, I've become so vastly different. I've tapped into new avenues for art and creativity. I found some of my closest friends. I've seen large impacts on the community, and I've grown closer to many of my friends and family, all thanks in part to the Minnesota Furs. From 2 yearly picnics, to the monthly meets at an ice skating rink, to even our very own furry convention that happens every year in September, known as Furry Migration, the Minnesota furry community has no shortage of activities going on. There is an active Discord and web forum, and there are events constantly happening every month and in all parts of the state. In fact, we have a mall walk happening soon at the Mall of America, and a meetup at a local video game bar here in Minneapolis called Up Down, which is later this month. But I highly recommend checking out MN Furs for more information. You can go to their calendar section to find out about all of the many different events that are happening. Some that are fursuit friendly, and some that are not.
Greetings, for it is I, Ulterion. I was interviewed in Season 4, Episode 18 of All About a Fursuiter. As you may or may not know, I am a cool dude. I always seek to help others, whether other furries or not, to always have a good day. Let there be positive vibes only. And I know that things may not always be all nice and fun, but life is always still worth living. Yep.
And now, on to the fifth and final question for you, Tamayoshi. And that is, what are some positive things that you would want to share to the world?
The biggest thing I would love to share is the kindness, acceptance, and love so many share with others, both inside and outside of our community. Something my mother has always complimented about my furry friends is that they are some of the kindest friends she's ever met in my life. Whether I'm down, hurt, or overstimulated, every single one of my friends in this community has done something for me to help me find myself again in multiple ways, both big and small. Including you, Benji. Every one of us in this community is different, whether it be our fursona species, race, orientation, gender, or disability. But we don't judge each other on those aspects, and that is something so beautiful that I wish others outside of this community could see, feel, and understand.
Hi everyone, I'm Sky the Wolf, and I was interviewed in Season 5, Episode 6 of All About a Fursuiter. I create fursuit comedy skits, mainly anyways. I get the most fun out of those because I get to be my spontaneous crazy self, which I am most of the times anyway. I also cover topics within the fandom in discussion videos, and I sometimes dabble in a little animation as well. I have a dark sona called Ekus who sometimes wreaks havoc in my videos. I sometimes get my wife Starlight to be in videos as well. We're just a bunch of crazy animals with some free time, to be honest. I'm in my little corner of YouTube if anyone wants to check that out. And lastly, thank you Benji for the interview. And thank you for asking me to take part in this wholesome video as well. Okay, I've got to go make sure Ekus hasn't taken all of the food out of my fridge.
Oh, hi there. My name is Alt Fox, and I was interviewed on Season 5, Episode 20 of About a Fursuiter. And I'm a gray fox from the Northeast, and I also make videos on YouTube, TikTok, and I stream on Twitch.
And now on to the Switcheroo round now. And here Tamayoshi is going to ask me a question. Without further ado, Tamayoshi, give me the question. Yes.
Thanks again for having me on your show, Benji. It's been a dream of mine ever since we've known each other to be on your show. And I am so happy that I finally got that dream to come true. Before we part, in honor of your 100th episode, I would like to bring something back that I loved about your show, known as the Switcheroo round. So, as you may or may not know, I'm going to throw a question back to Benji and ask for him to respond to it. So my question to you is simply, who are some of your mentors that have greatly influenced you in your life? Both furry and non-furry. Thank you again for this opportunity, Benji, and I hope to see many more 100 episodes and many more wonderful fursuiters.
So I got one word for that. One word answer for that. Jesus. I know it sounds kind of cliche, but that's literally the answer. Jesus. Anyway, I want to give a big thanks, a huge big thanks to Tamayoshi Wolf for being on this interview. Seriously, you're such a positive, talented, amazing person. And thank you so much for being. I'm hugely honored to have you as the 100 furry interviews. Seriously. It's such an amazing honor that we got to 100 interviews. And I can't wait to hopefully make it to 200 one day. That would be amazing. But for now, I'm insanely honored and grateful to make it and just interview everyone and bring some positivity, bring some light, and show what people in the fandom are, just show that they're human, to show that they're people, to show that they're positive people. I want to show that more, and I want to thank you all so much for being on this All About a Fursuiter series, and thank you. And of course, I will leave all Tamayoshi Wolf's links in the description down below. So if you want to check out any of his socials, please do so. He's an amazing musician, he's an amazing person, very talented. Again, if you enjoyed this, give us a like, subscribe, turn on notification. I will leave all the playlists as well, all my other episodes of All About a Fursuiter in the description as well, just because it's the 100th interview. But as always, I'm bid y'all a good farewell.